Welcome back. In today's video, we're going to be creating some tickets as end users and solving those problems as the agent. So if we just type in the end users osTicket, we can open a new ticket here, and we'll open a new ticket as Karen. So we'll just choose Karen at Login Pacific, her name, and we'll be doing access issue, business critical outage. So we'll create that ticket. Oh, I was just waiting for that to pop up. Okay, so we're gonna type in I'm just gonna copy this from my lab checklist. Entire mobile online banking system is down. So I'll type in as the response for the details is Karen. My employees are reporting that users are no longer able to access the online banking portal. The ones who can occasionally access it cannot log in. Alright, so now we can just create the ticket. So we're going to log out and we're going to log in back as John so we can work on this ticket. Just put in John. I'm pretty sure I can keep the password, so I just use the same password. Alright, so now that we can see this ticket popped up, so we can go to it. And since we gave John access, supreme access, we could do whatever we want to the ticket basically. So we're just going to assign John Doe to this. And we're going to change this SLA. We're going to change it to Sev A because we want to get it done as soon as possible. Sev A has a grace period of an hour. So, because this seems like an issue that affects the whole business. So we want to get it done as soon as possible. So we can just create some comments stating that, well, actually, you know what? We'll put a little response here for the Sev A. Wide impact. Customers unable to do online banking. I'm just going to update that. We're going to reassign this to the online banking team. John is a part of the online banking team, so we could just start commenting on this as we fix this. customers not able to access online banking portal assigning to online banking system. So now we could see that there's some action going on in between this stuff. John Doe assigned this to online banking. Updated by John Doe. Changed from default SLA 18 hours to SEV 1 hour active. Now you can see John Doe commented on it. And for theory and for this lab, we're just going to assign this to Jane Doe, and we're going to close out the ticket as Jane Doe. I'll be taking this over. So now this ticket is assigned to Jane Doe. So we're just going to log out and log back in as Jane so we can finish out this ticket. All right, we got this ticket showing up as Jane. It says assigned. It said assigned to Jane Doe before on the ticket, but yeah, we can just come to the conclusion that it was the recent. Oh, wait, hold up. We could say as Jane Doe, I suspect the problem might be related to the recent updates. We tested them sufficiently, but I'm going to look into it further and roll it back if I determine that was the cause. So we're just going to post that reply. So Jane Doe looked further into it, and she found out that the recent updates were the cause of the issue. So now we could state as Jane Doe, it was determined the root cause was the recent update. We rolled it back, notified the vendor, and are waiting for a proper fix. Online banking should now be up, back, and running. All right. So we can close the ticket here, but we're just going to close it through over here, just so we could see the communications that occurred through this ticket. So you can see all the history of what I did through John Doe from Karen to John Doe to Jane Doe. Ticket was created by Karen, John Doe claimed it. It was updated by John Doe to change it to Sev A, and John Doe assigned this to the online banking and Jane Doe. Jane Doe took it over. Oh, it's okay, whatever. But you can see that Jane Doe found out the problem, and now we can change this ticket to resolved. I'm not going to put a status change because we came to the conclusion of the problem. So now we can just close this. Reapply posted successfully, and now this ticket is gone. We could see the ticket through here because we gave Jane access to all that. Oh, maybe not. Okay, that's fine. And yeah, so we'll create another end user ticket. So we'll just open a new ticket, and we will create a ticket as Ken. Report a problem. This will pop up, and we'll say accounting department needs Adobe upgrade. Broken. We'll say it looks like many people in accounting department can't use their Adobe software. I'll just go ahead and create that ticket. So we'll log out of Jane, go back to John. All right, so check it out. We're going to set this SLA to Sev B. And we'll say only 2 people enable to use open Adobe Reader. Setting to Sev C, because this seems like almost of a critical issue. So if we set it to Sev C, we'll be able to finish it in no time. We're going to assign this to John. And now we will state as John that CX states that only 2 people in accounting department unable to open and use Adobe Reader. CX just means customer for short. Restart. We'll call back after lunch. So after walking Ken through some simple troubleshooting, we came to the conclusion that restarting the computer fixed the issue. We could post a reply now and close the ticket all in one. CX states that restart fixed the issue. Closing out ticket. So instead of doing it over here, we could always do it over here. Ticket status resolved, and we can just post reply. All right, reply posted successfully, and we can see our closed ticket. We can see this one from Karen, and we can see this one from Ken. Closed by John Doe with the status of resolved. All right, we'll just create one more ticket as an end user. We'll be using Karen. So report a problem, access issue, personal computer issues, because in this ticket, we'll be stating that the CFO states that laptop will no longer turn on. We'll say laptop won't power on despite pressing the power button. Create that ticket. And since we're logged in as John, we'll just go back to the dashboard, see the ticket. Oh, and tickets. And restart. Oh, I'm still in closed. Let's just go to open. All right. So we'll go ahead and get on that ticket. And we're going to set this to Sev B. We're going to assign it to us. We're going to set that to Sev B. And we're going to say may reclassify after getting more information. So since Karen opened this ticket, we would go to Karen and ask her, what's going on, why this is happening, stuff like that. And we can update the priority level to emergency since it is the CFO. So after getting in contact with Karen, we came to the conclusion that the CFO needed a new charger for his laptop. So we're going to post a reply stating that charger was broken because of this. The battery was dead and unable to run, to turn on. Alright, now we could just set this ticket to resolved. And you go to closed. And we can see the history of the ticket and how we fix this problem. That concludes this lab. Thank you for joining me today. In this lab, we created some tickets as end users, and we logged in as agents to resolve the problem. Thanks.